Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Q&A video answers segment to your guys' questions that you submitted to me through private messages in the channel. This one will be part 9, leading up to The Walking Dead Season 5's second half. Alright, so I have gotten quite a few questions even still, and I want to thank you guys for that. Please keep sending them to me, as I don't have many video suggestions. I mean, I have some, but it's like, you know, this is the most difficult time of the year for me to make videos, is about this time of the year and also August with regards to The Walking Dead. Now, I can do other topics, but, you know, The Walking Dead is my favorite to do, so that's why, you know, I do so many, and whatever you guys send to me, I can end up turning into, you know, videos, because I do run out of ideas, as I've covered so many things, you know, over the years. You know, people ask, you know, oh, you know, how do you think the series is going to end, or what do you think is going to happen with this, or do you think Rick's in a coma, or, you know, this kind of thing, and it's like, yep, done it, you know, just go down the list, just, you know, I mean, getting close to 2,000 different videos, with a good portion of them being Walking Dead videos. I've covered most things, so send me whatever you guys got, and if it's something I haven't touched on before, or maybe recently have a new kind of take on something, then I can turn it into a video. Also, thinking of doing some throwback reviews, because you know, don't have too many other topics, and I did do the first half of season 2 in throwback reviews before season 5 started, so I could do maybe some select episodes. I don't plan on doing throwback reviews for every one, but one of the special ones I think is 18 Miles Out, so I might want to do that. Maybe some of the others as well. Let me know what you guys think about that, and send me whatever you guys do have. So that's it. We'll get into the video answers. First one is from Ostro, or the video questions. First one is from Ostro1980, and he says, "Hey Trev, I've read a few articles about The Walking Dead being snubbed for TV awards. Does it bother you that The Walking Dead isn't getting nominated?" No, it doesn't. This has also been asked before, so I'll make it quick. It's just the type of show that it is. You know, it's the type of show. It's zombie apocalypse type show. Shows like that do not get nominated, do not win awards. I'm sorry. You know, I was surprised that Breaking Bad did so well, but that's because anything that's more like kind of real world, you know, anything that's more imaginative, they don't usually do all that well, you know, to be honest with you. Even though, you know, we all know The Walking Dead is extremely high quality in terms of how it's being done and everything, and if it wasn't, you know, you wouldn't have that many people that interested in it, you know, if it really wasn't that much fun. So it's a great show, but it's because of the type of show it is. It'll probably never win any major awards. I don't think it'll ever get Emmys or things like that. This next one's from Ralf from Germany. And he's got a couple of questions he wants to ask. I'll read through the first one, and then we'll see how it goes. He says, "I was just rewatching some of my all-time favorite greatest Beth-moments," and I read this. I'm like, there's greatest Beth-moments? What would be a great Beth moment? When she gives Daryl the finger, or like I don't know. I didn't know there was such a thing. Okay, when suddenly an interesting question popped in my head. Do you think the writers possibly planned so far ahead with the storyline for the Walking Dead television series that we sort of need episodes like 412? And then he says in brackets, was it called Still? In Germany, the title was Alkohol, but he spells it with a K. I guess you know which one I mean. Yeah, I know which one you mean. I remember, as you mentioned once or twice as well, I guess that many people, such as myself, were kind of surprised by such a quote-unquote filler episode in comparison to many others. Okay, so to respond to that, before we go on further with his comments, funny, by the way, I didn't know it was called Alkohol in Germany. I guess they focus on different things. So anyway, yes, I do believe they planned that far ahead, that they went with an episode like Still, because they knew that Beth was on the chopping block. They knew that they were going to kill her off the next season. They probably didn't know, you know, exactly how it was going to play out with this character Dawn and everything, but they might have had some inkling or some idea ahead of time, you know, because of course her getting captured, everything like that. the cross on the back and everything. It was really neatly planned to kind of lead us comic book readers to believe that it was going to be Gabriel or something like that, or the hunters, and then it ended up being this other group. It was really well planned out, and I think that it was all intentional. I'm pretty sure it was for the most part. So yeah, I think they did plan that far ahead, and it does. You're right, because Beth was killed off. It's not really a filler episode anymore, but at first viewing, it feels like a filler episode because you don't know that this is like one of the last episodes Beth's ever going to get. Like this is like her only time to shine is around this time. Other than that, she's going to be killed off. She's never going to have more time in the series. So it gives it a different meaning. It develops that relationship with her and Daryl, and it's going to have a big effect on Daryl as a character going forward. So for that reason, the episode in hindsight is different than when we watched it straight through the first time. Much better in hindsight than it is the first time you watch it. So yeah, I think they did plan that ahead that far, and it's pretty brilliant if you ask me. So he goes on for some other things that I don't see an exact question here, but basically I think I covered everything he wanted, and that's from Chance Neck from Germany. So thank you, Chance Neck. Next one is Deutschland. Next one is Global Gaming HD. And he says, hey, Trev, love the channel. How much time do you think has passed since the events of Too Far Gone? So again, I think I've answered one similar to this. Okay, let's look at it this way. You had Too Far Gone a year ago, which was season 4's mid-season finale. Then you went through the whole second half. The whole second half where they end up at Terminus is probably only like a week or two, literally, Yeah, I'd say like a week or maybe 2 weeks, something like that. And then after they're at Terminus, they break out, everything like that. They go and you have the Hunters thing, a few days past there. Let's say maybe a week for the whole Hunter stuff to be resolved. Abraham and the others head out. Maybe not even, actually. Maybe if only a few days. Abraham and the others head out, and then they come back. Rick and the group go, and then they go. So, I would be looking at, in a couple days in the mix of that, I would be looking at only like 2.5, 3 weeks, something like that. Not even a month, I think. Since the events of Too Far Gone. That might sound crazy because you're thinking in terms of real world time, because we had all the skip, like the whole season summer skip, and then this time. But yeah, if you think of it, it would only be in terms of Walking Dead zombie apocalypse time, like maybe a few weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, something like that. I would say probably. That's my best estimate for you. You guys can write yours in the comments below how long you think it is. If you think it's longer, but I don't think I think I'm pretty accurate with that, to be honest with you. Next one's from Alex Fuller, and Alex says, "Hey Trev, first off, I want to say thank you for all the videos. They're really fun to watch." Well, you're welcome, man. I hope you like them. I hope somebody likes them. I hope I'm not just talking to myself here. Like when I first got started on YouTube, a lot of times I was, doing videos and they get like 300 views or something. It feels like you're just talking to yourself sometimes. My question is that Andrew Lincoln has a contract for The Walking Dead for 6 years. We're entering in the 5th year soon. Do you think AMC will renew Andrew's contract, or do you think we will see the death of Rick soon? They'll renew it. It doesn't, even if they have to pay him a lot, the show is a behemoth on AMC for what they're used to compared to like if you look at Breaking Bad, even with all the hype and everything, its final season, it was only getting I think 5-6 million views an episode. The Walking Dead is getting more than double, almost 3 times that as Breaking Bad's finale in just regular season episodes. It's not like the show's ending. It's not it's 15, 16 million views compared to 5 million views when that was its peak. Okay, we know it's ending. Watch this because after this it's over. If you think of it that way, that's insane to think that 14, 15, 16 million people check it out. Plus, you got to consider all the times it's played over again. So that's amazing, man. Really, really crazy. And I'm sure they'll be able to afford. I think Andrew Lincoln's getting 80 grand an episode or something. His net worth's over in the tens of millions for sure, but it's going to go up. And I also think too that even money aside, I think this is his life's work. You know what I mean? I think so. I think personally, this character is going to stick out in his career as his life's work. And that's something that goes beyond money. That's something that goes more to self-actualization and just having a fulfilling life. Is that for him to be able to play a character like this, that is the biggest zombie apocalypse character ever created. You think he's going to want to throw that away or pass that up? I don't think so. I don't think so. He's basically like the Batman of zombie apocalypses. Yeah, so I don't think he's going to give that up. Next one's from Adam Sujkowski. I think that's how you say it. He says, this was a comment in reply, and I put this in here because I think it's an interesting one, in reply to me comparing different seasons to which season is my favorite. And he says, I don't think we should rate an episode or rate a season of The Walking Dead. For me, it's more like a very long movie than a TV show, and I rate The Walking Dead as a whole series. What are your thoughts on that? So I understand where he's coming from exactly. It is like a big long movie because compare it to this, okay? We got like TV, okay, back in the 90s and stuff. When you had TV series, right, there was a huge difference between a TV show and a major motion picture. There still is, to a degree. In terms of money, there still is. But TV, directors and everyone involved with the production and everything, they can get great equipment now that they can use, and great actors and everything, to create what is the equivalent of quality of movies that we were used to maybe 5 or 10 years ago. And you're getting it constantly, right? So you're getting something pretty amazing with some of these TV series like Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, Sons of Anarchy, many of the others that are big out there. You're getting like movie quality. So I agree with him. We are getting like movie quality because consider that the Walking Dead zombies look better than the World War Z zombies, right? World War Z, those zombies to me look worse than the Walking Dead zombies in the TV series, right? So that's pretty crazy when you think about it. And it is like one big long story. The comic book series, it's like one story all the way through. For me, I like to kind of point out which parts are my favorite. Like I can tell you that The Walking Dead, the final governor story arc, which is the red guy in the back there behind Daryl, Trade. That's my favorite part of the whole Walking Dead series is when the governor attacks the prison, even in the comic book series. So for me, I still have which parts I think are the best, even though it is like one big long, story, and you have like big climax at that part, and then coming down after that, and then back up and back. That's the way the story goes. But I understand what you mean, where it's hard to kind of pick apart because it's all like one big long story. In the TV series so far for me it'd probably be season 3 still, but we're gonna have to see how season 5 ends up, and then I'll do a video at the end of season 5 what my favorite season is after that. I still like to kind of pick out which are my favorites, even though you're right, it is like one big long movie. I agree with you. It's pretty incredible when you think about it. Next one is Lucas Dolding, and he says, what do you think will issue 200 of The Walking Dead be, or what do you think issue 200 is going to be? What kinds of things do you think Kirkman has planned? Major deaths, new antagonists, or perhaps something completely different? It's a great question from Lucas. And issue 100 was big. We had a huge character death. Issue 200, I think, will be something similar to that, but we're so far away from that at this point. It's hard to kind of do any predictions for that. But yeah, I think we'll see a major death. New antagonist, I don't know about that, but I'm sure he'll have something big planned for it. And hopefully there'll be 500 to 1,000 issues of The Walking Dead in his lifetime. I hope he just keeps reading it because it's his life's work, just like I was talking about Andrew Lickens before. Hopefully Kirkman sticks with it for his whole life, basically, because I'll be reading, man. I'll be there. I'll be buying the books. I'll be reading all the way through. Probably reviewing them, too, for you guys as well. So I think it'll be a big death, to tell you the truth, out of all the things you mentioned here. Next one's from James Wilmot, and he says, I subscribe to the AMC channel and watch the first part of the first webisode. They look like new characters with a new storyline, but are so short. I am not sure they're worth watching. Are they worth watching? And if so, perhaps you can do a review. Well, actually, this goes back to what I was talking about earlier about me doing everything already. I already have. I reviewed them. I've talked about them quite a bit. There's views of every single one in the channel. I review the webisodes, not individually, but as a whole, right? Cold Storage and the others Torn Apart and all that. So this one for me it goes like this. I personally enjoy the webisodes. I think there's something cool they can put out there, give us a different slant on the zombie apocalypse, give us some kind of loose tie-in to the regular series, and I thought they were kind of cool. Sometimes the tie-ins were not that great though, but I did like them for the most part. Now they've stopped doing them already. We didn't get a new set this year. which means we're probably never going to get any again. So, because once they stop doing it, it's like, yeah, they don't need to hype up The Walking Dead anymore. You know, that's probably the purpose of the webisodes, was to try and hype it a bit before it hit. They don't need to anymore. You know, people are looking forward to it. It hypes itself, to tell you the truth. They don't need to. So as a result, I don't think they're going to do webisodes ever again. Are the other ones worth watching? I say yes if you're a big time Walking Dead fan. I say definitely check them out at least once. They are fun. They are pretty good in some ways. But they're not as good as the real series, and you know they don't have that long term. See, The Walking Dead, like we were just talking about with the movie that was from Adam before in his comment. It's like one big long. That's the advantage of The Walking Dead, is it doesn't end when Rick kills Shane. You know, it doesn't end there and have that be the end of the story. It's the long run of it that's so amazing, that brings us through these characters' lives, and they still live. And the only time it ends is when, for that character, is when they actually die. And we just get to see it go all the way through. So the webisodes lack that, of course, because you know they're just like short one-shots. So are they worth it? It's up to you. If you're a big fan, I say yes. If you really like zombies, check them out. But if not, they're not required. They're not necessary. You don't have to watch them to enjoy the regular series. You're not really going to get much more out of the series other than being like, oh, I know where that bicycle girl zombie came from. You know, she came from, this happened prior to that in the webisodes. So they're okay, is what I'll say. But I don't think we're ever going to see them again. I think they're done. So that's it, right? That's it. They're done. So there's no reason for us to really focus on it anymore because they're over. So yeah, I got some few more questions, but you know what? I'm going to save it for the next part. So I'm going to cut the video here, and yeah, that's it for this segment, guys. This part of it. Let me know what you guys are thinking. You know, let me know what you're feeling about what you'd like to see me do next. Do you want me to continue to do some Q&As? Do you have video suggestions? Send them to me for particular things you want to see a video on. Maybe I could do character predictions, like do one video per character and predict what I think we're going to see with that character next, and go through each character. That would allow me to create quite a few going up to the return in February. But aside from that, unless you want to see throwback reviews or whatever, send me more questions that you guys got. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say for this one. If you guys liked it, you know what to do. Please thumb it up below. If you want to help support the channel, you also know what to do. Please share it, favorite it. Yeah, that's it for this one, guys. I'll see you maybe tomorrow. I'll have something new for you guys. As always, it's Trev. Same peace.